My name's Katie Waldner, and I'm a senior at Northwestern College here. And my majors are Spanish and English linguistics. I'll be graduating very soon. Went to Spain last fall of what would have been 2010. I went there for Spanish. It's actually part of the Spanish major, so everyone who's a Spanish major has to go to Spain. Yeah, I had two roommates that were in my program who were American, one from Indiana and one from Seattle, but we lived with a couple that were in their 60s. There was this food that was translated on a menu called rabbit to the garlic. Really shouldn't have had that. That was one of the more interesting things that I tried. What I've noticed is that the general consensus in the Spanish-speaking world is that Spain Spanish is a lot less musical. It's a lot more... One of my professors from Spain said that they always sound like they're angry when they're talking to you, but they're not. That's just kind of how the language sounds. So that was a difference that I got used to, and I think those are kind of some of the things that I've carried back with me in my Spanish that people notice a little bit when I'm talking to them. Seville, I would say, and I think most Spaniards would agree with me, is kind of one of the artistic and architectural, musical, dancing capitals of Spain. There was this, I guess you would call it kind of a bar, I don't know, that had free flamenco dancing every night that you could go watch. And so I think I went once or twice. It's really hard to find, like you have to go through these little tiny narrow streets, and it's kind of hard to find if you don't know where it is or if you're not with someone who knows where it is. But I found it, and I kind of expected it to be kind of like a can-can dance, you know? But it wasn't. It was just a man with a guitar playing, and then a woman with her flamenco dress with everyone kind of has that mental picture, and then another man that sat, and I think he had a drum, but he also did a lot of clapping, and those two men would sing, and it just reminded me a lot. It was kind of strange, but it really reminded me a lot of like what you would hear in like a Native American tribal dance, that more of that kind of style singing, and that's what they consider really good singing there, really traditional, good singing. And then she would just dance by herself. I actually ended up liking their lifestyle a lot more than mine here. They're a very relaxed culture. The schedule there is so different. They wake up around 9 every morning, and then they have lunch at about 2, and they have siesta from 2 to 5, where everything's closed. You can't do anything during siesta. And so you basically just have to take a nap or hang out, have coffee with people, and then they don't eat, and then they'll go back to work after that or back to school, and then they eat supper about 9, 10, 11, doesn't really matter. So they've got the system set up where it's kind of impossible to be busy. Probably one of the biggest things that I took away that kind of was a theme throughout was that it's such a comfort knowing that God is so familiar with the world. Like, when I was in the airport first getting ready to leave, just like kind of not really wanting to go anymore, I was just sitting in the airport trying to find my gate, trying to find all of this, and I just remembered, God knows, like he knows it. And I mean, that sounds so simple, but it's a big deal. Like, God knows all that stuff. He's not intimidated by change, or he's never surprised by anything. My luggage didn't come for 5 days. And it was a comfort to know God knows where my suitcase is. God knows when it's going to come. He knows what I'm going to wear tomorrow. He knows 100 degrees every day when I got there, so I was gross. And, I mean, all that stuff, it will be okay. I got stuck in Paris for a week because of one of the strikes that they were having there. And just throughout all of those things, it was just such a comfort. God knows, God's not surprised, God's not worried, he's got it. It's okay for me to live and just be.